I was taking a few lambs to Ruswarp. I wasn't particularly planning on taking any. I needed to get them in any case because there was some of John Hardis's in, and well, I wanted to worm them as well actually, because I just thought while I had them in, I had the trail there anyway. And I got 12 out, which isn't very many. I could easily get 15, 16 normally, but 12 is a sort of minimum normally, and it would just start to get a bit harder to find any before I wormed them. So I took 12 home overnight to the loading shed, and then this morning one looked a bit small and one had a slight limp in the front foot. It's not serious, it was bothering him, so I took them two out. So I've only got 10, which is unless it's like the last load of spring or something, that's about the lowest I've ever taken. Although the prices they've been making, you can't really worry about 10. If you had 10, they might make most of £1,000. We'll see. I think they are a bit small though. I mean, I had a good load. The first batch, partly because they are quite small and not all that woolly, I got 18 in. And again, somewhere they were just some of them just seem a bit small. They're more like 40 kilos rather than my sort of. The target is about 42 to 44. That's your sort of optimum. Not that it's absolutely crucial. You can sell anything within reason at the moment, no bother. Simon. Simon was moving his yows. I don't really know where he took them to. He went up straight through to Esterdale side, and I don't know whether he had some of that land that used to be John Randall's. I wasn't watching where he went. I just saw him go that way. But he got them all. The ones he had near mine moved yesterday. I told him I've got a cow. She's not due until the 17th, which is still 6 days away. Obviously there's no reason why she couldn't calve from about now on. And I just have a feeling she might be going to have twins. She's quite wide. yesterday. She sort of set off like she wanted to go away go over the river as soon as they came back here over. I thought that's a bit of a red flag. She's up to something. So I nipped down ahead of her and shut the gate. I didn't really want her to go down there and trying to carve on her own down there this morning. But she wasn't carving, she was just backstood with the others eating hay this morning. But I just saw her. I was thinking I might let them down there anyway, and I saw her doing a sort of brief, looked like she wanted to have a pee, but she couldn't, or it was something else. So I kept them back over the road today. I'll try and get her in tonight. I would have got her in yesterday, but I didn't really see that she was thinking of doing something until it was too late. I couldn't get her. It was, to be perfectly honest, we've got this sticky mud round the doors. We're going to the shed, and it's about 6-inch deep, and it's just that super sticky stage, like putty. If you're trying to you try to dart about to send her in, I literally lost my welly off. It sounds worse than it was. It didn't lose it. It just came off. So it's really difficult to walk. We can walk through it, but if you try and do out fancy, it's a nightmare. But I can get her when she comes in. I'll send her down the yard. She'll be all right then. She'll go into the carving shed, assuming she isn't carving through the day today. We're perfectly happy if she just gets on and carves outside. She's a third carver, very sensible, friendly cow, and she's unlikely to have any problems whatsoever unless it's backwards or it's twins. So really, I just have a feeling something should be happening. So I would rather get her in. Also yesterday I got the tubs shut in. I just like to keep them in for the last month or so before they go out to the yows, because often it's not a bit lame or something else goes wrong and they're a bit inclined to scrap with each other, so I have them inside. They're alongside each other but in separate pens. Last year I have a Texel and a Suffolk, which isn't ideal. The Suffolk's getting a bit older. I think it'll be his last year probably. But it was nearly his last year because the Texel was trying to kill him. Well, he was trying to hurt him. He was trying to butted him round the pen until he hurt his hip or something. It wasn't too serious. But you could see it was not going to end well if that wasn't stopped. So since then later last year and this year, as soon as they've gone in, I've separated them. Probably better to do it from the start. The queer thing is, because they were separated before, I suppose. Oh, bloody hell. They went in and they just sort of went into where they were before. Last year they went into the two separate pens with hardly any encouragement. I thought we're back in here again. Because I know what comes next. You know, it's tumping time. Though they had been practicing a bit, and I had some cool hours with them, and I knew it would happen, but they'll be gone before Christmas, so it doesn't really matter if they've got tumping lamb. I hope they'll be gone before Christmas. They've changed the junction here, much for the better, it has to be said, because in the trees there's another, it says Lady Cross site. It's to do with the potash mine. There's an access point for the tunnel system, which is supposed to take material from the mine underground on a long conveyor, or is it in a pipe? It's a slurry. I really don't quite know. I think it's a pipe, a slurry pipe. It's supposed to pump all the way to T's dock or T's side. I don't know how this tunnel is going on. It's an extraordinarily expensive way of doing it. However, once it's done, it'll be a lot cheaper than running wagons or trains about. But you can't really run trains because there isn't a route. I don't know where that little road goes. I don't think I've ever been down there. There's a little track road here by the butchers, and that goes through a sort of, it's a sort of ford, but it's more like a watery road than a ford. That's how it's supposed to be, with this little stream running over it, and then alongside it there's a stone path for walking. But it doesn't really go anywhere. I mean, it goes to some fields. It's you could call it a legitimate blimey, that wasn't the typical sheep towing vehicle. There seems to be an awful lot of action. I don't know what's going on. They do have these special sales, but that's usually it won't be today. Now, ooh. Ian Halley. He's probably the main man here. Still, he's just recently had his hip done. He's transformed him. Oh, that one don't want to come out. There's somebody in there crawling out his hands and knees. This is the problem with decks, it's a nightmare. But anyway, not only is he much more lively, he's lost quite a bit of weight. It's like, I hardly recognise him. We didn't have that coat on, he had his waterproofs on last week. And, well, I did recognise him, but it was a bit of a struggle. But I knew who he... Oh, God. I'm glad I'm not going in there. believe that house there is a holiday let, that first one. Got a big old digger there, I don't know what it's for. You don't really expect to see a fuel tanker parked up here, do you? Would have made a good photo there. This is a nice bit of road. But it's a bit narrow, so you just need to be careful you aren't going to meet somebody coming up with a tractor or something, or a BATA fuel wagon. Since I remember to turn it off at the market, and I've come back more or less straight away. My camera's still running, it often runs out on the way home. Usually because I left it running for 10 minutes while I was in BATA or something.